All right, let's dive deep into the Chicago Bears defense. A side of the team that often gets overshadowed by flashy offensive highlights, sure. Offense grabs the headlines with quarterbacks making jaw-dropping throws, receivers hauling in impossible catches, and running backs slicing through defenses. But the Bears have long been known as a defensive franchise. For years, their identity has been built on stopping opponents, grinding out tough, physical football. And that legacy is something that still resonates today even if the spotlight sometimes favors the offense. This offseason, there's been a lot of buzz around the offensive changes, bringing in Ben Johnson, a coach with an offensive pedigree, drafting new weapons like Colston and Loveland, and adding pieces to the offensive line. It's been an exciting time for Bears fans hoping for that offensive spark. But the defense remains crucial. Last season, the defense quietly slipped under the radar, showing cracks especially after the infamous Hail Mary game that seemed to mark a turning point. When the coaching change happened mid-season, the defense's struggles only deepened, leading to questions about how to bring that unit back to the hard-nosed reputation Bears fans expect. At the forefront of the defense stands Jaylen Johnson, who is arguably the top player on the team heading into this season. Johnson has been a reliable force for the Bears, showing steady improvement and consistency over his first 3 seasons. While last year was a bit of a step back overall for the defense, Johnson's individual performance still carried weight. He might not be a Hall of Famer yet, but he's a cornerstone, someone the team can build around. The new defensive scheme under Dennis Allen is expected to be more aggressive, focusing on press man coverage that will challenge corners to hold their ground and thrive in one-on-one battles. This approach suits not only Johnson but also Tyreek Stevenson, who many see as a rising talent in the secondary. If they both reach their potential, the Bears could have a formidable back end, but Johnson alone can't carry the defense. After him, the question rises, who steps up as the second best player? 2 years ago, Montez Sweat was that guy alongside Johnson. Sweat's ability to get to the quarterback was a game changer. Unfortunately, last season was disappointing for him. Hampered by injury and inconsistency, he was paid like a star, earning $24 million a year, which set high expectations. While he's not Nick Bosa or Max Crosby, the Bears need more from him than what he showed in 2024. He ended up playing more like a low-end starter, solid but far from dominant for a defensive line that struggled last season. That kind of performance was a letdown. The hope is that Sweat bounces back this year, reclaiming the form that made him a key acquisition. Behind Johnson and Sweat, the depth at the edge position feels shaky. The rotation beyond Sweat hasn't inspired much confidence. Dio Enbo is a question mark. Is he just a serviceable starter, or can he be more? Austin Booker looks like a decent depth piece, but he's not someone you'd count on to make a huge impact. Dominique Robinson has flashed at times but hasn't been consistent enough to count on as a reliable contributor. Daniel Hardy doesn't seem like a perfect fit in the current scheme due to size and style. This edge group overall appears to be dependent on Montez Sweat's health and production, which is a risky bet when you compare this edge group to elite units like the one the Las Vegas Raiders boast, anchored by Max Crosby. The difference is clear. Crosby is a dominant, every-down player who consistently disrupts offenses. Sweat doesn't play that many snaps and his peak performances are less frequent. The Bears' lack of a true blue-chip pass rusher puts a ceiling on how high this defense can climb. Unless they had reinforcements, the offseason brought some buzz about potential signings, with names like Zachariah Smith, Jadeveon Clowney, Matt Judon, Von Miller, and Preston Smith mentioned as players who could bring that next level of edge pressure. Any one of those players would elevate the group, adding consistency and toughness. Without such an addition, the Bears might find themselves stuck with a solid but unspectacular pass rush. Shifting to the linebacker cores, TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmunds are expected to be the primary starters. Edwards has been a rock-solid contributor, a reliable presence against the run and in coverage. Edmunds, meanwhile, was brought in with high hopes but hasn't quite hit star level in his first 2 seasons. There's potential for Edmunds to break out in the new scheme, but it's still uncertain. Enter Ruben Hippolyte, a rookie who has drawn attention for his athleticism and versatility. Hippolyte saw significant reps in the spring, filling in at weak side linebacker and even showing promise as a potential middle linebacker down the road. His ability to cover, blitz, and play downhill makes him an intriguing candidate to become a key part of the linebacker rotation. If his instincts catch up to his physical tools, Hippolyte could be a valuable piece for the Bears' defense this season. In the secondary, the Bears are counting heavily on Jaquan Brisker and Kevin Bard to hold down safety positions when healthy. Brisker has shown flashes of being a playmaker with the versatility to hit hard, cover tight ends and slot receivers, and blitz effectively. However, his concussion history from last year, which caused him to miss the final dozen games, remains a concern. The team and fans alike will be watching nervously every time he's involved in heavy contact plays, hoping he stays on the field. Without injury, behind the starters, Jonathan Owens and Elijah Hicks offer depth. Though Hicks struggled at times last season when thrust into extended roles, the safety group, while functional, doesn't scream dominance or game-changing talent. Yet, looking at the bigger picture, the Bears' defense feels like it's full of good players with potential but lacking in star power. The secondary has promise with Johnson and Stevenson, the linebackers have solid contributors, and the defensive line has talent but is searching for consistency and impact. The edge rushers, in particular, are a weak spot. Without a reliable pass rusher who can command attention every snap, the defense risks being average rather than elite. This team will need some players to take significant leaps, and possibly a key addition through free agency or the draft, to elevate the defense to a top-tier unit. Among the potential X factors for this season, Tyrique Stevenson stands out. If he can develop into a consistent cornerback with the ability to lock down receivers in press coverage, he could become a cornerstone alongside Johnson in the secondary. Javon Dexter, who is expected to take on more responsibility at the interior defensive line spot, might become a disruptive force, especially if he thrives as a run stopper and pass rusher. Dio Dingbo, a player signed to make an impact on the edge, has the physical tools but hasn't yet proven he can dominate consistently. If one or two of these players can make a leap forward, the Bears' defense could jump from good to very good, possibly cracking the top 10 in the league. Overall, this defense looks poised to be competitive, but it might take a bit of patience and some positive surprises for them to break through to an elite level. Injuries, of course, always play a role in how a season unfolds, and keeping key players healthy will be critical. The Bears' defensive floor might sit somewhere around 18th in the league, but with development and some luck, they could push toward the top 10. Without that pass rush explosion or a star emerging from the ranks, they might remain a tough, respectable unit rather than a dominant one. The upcoming season will be a test for the Bears' defensive identity. Can they regain the hard-hitting, disruptive force they have been historically known for? The pieces are there, but the chemistry, health, and progression of young players like Stevenson, Hippolyte, and Dingbo will be the story to watch. The defensive scheme's aggressive style should play to their strengths if executed properly, and fans will be eager to see if Dennis Allen's vision translates to on-field success. This is a defense in transition, full of promise and questions, looking to build on its strengths and overcome its weaknesses. It's a narrative of potential waiting to be fulfilled, and for Bears fans, the defense remains the backbone of the team's identity, no matter what the offense brings to the table. Continuing from the defensive foundation, one of the critical challenges facing the Bears this season is their ability to generate consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks. The NFL today is dominated by passing offenses that rely on quick decisions and sharp reads, so without a formidable pass rush, even the best secondary can struggle. The Bears' defensive front has to find a way to disrupt timing and force quarterbacks into mistakes. While Jaylen Johnson remains the most reliable threat on the line, the supporting cast must rise to the occasion. If Monty Sweat can regain his form and health, that will instantly upgrade the unit's effectiveness. However, relying solely on Sweat is risky. The health concerns and inconsistency over the past seasons highlight the need for additional depth and fresh energy on the edge. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Chicago may be buzzing with excitement for the upcoming NFL season, but not all the noise is positive. Whispers coming out of Hollis Hall suggest that rookie quarterback Caleb Williams, the #1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, may have hit his first significant bump in the road. Multiple unofficial sources are reporting that Williams has been sidelined, not due to injury, but reportedly as a disciplinary measure imposed by the Bears front office. Details remain murky, and the team has yet to issue an official statement. However, Williams' abrupt absence from practice this week has only fueled speculation. Was there a clash with coaches, a disagreement with team leadership, Or perhaps something more subtle behind the scenes. No confirmation has come forth, but insiders close to the team hint that Williams may have run afoul of internal expectations regarding conduct or commitment. Fans have taken to social media in droves, with theories ranging from a minor locker room spat to deeper concerns about the young star's attitude. For now, they're only rumors, but when it comes to a high-profile figure like Williams, even whispers can shake a franchise's momentum. Some are downplaying the situation, calling it a calculated move by the Bears to send a message early in Williams' career, perhaps a way of molding the young QB into the leader they believe he can become. Others fear this could signal deeper issues between the team and their prized draft pick. As of now, Caleb Williams remains absent from team activities, and the Bears remain silent. Whether this is a mere hiccup or the start of something more serious, one thing is certain: the city of Chicago will be watching closely. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.